Hello everyone, welcome to Vtuber Connect, and let's go ahead and continue. I plopped down on my chair and laid the contents of my plastic bag on my desk. As I opened the plastic casing of my meal, I stared at the cover of the magazine. Mana's face adorns the front cover with her signature winking peace sign. I can't imagine that whoever is behind Mana might actually be a completely different person. Even if that was the case, would that necessarily be a bad thing if that was by choice? If the Mana persona is used to become another someone that they want to be, then that's fine, isn't it? If that wasn't the case, how could someone not want to be a Mana? She's basically perfect in the eyes of the VTuber community. She's a pillar of strength, and proof that you can make it to the top of talent and hard work. I recall what Kagutazaka told me earlier, about her success being a result of luck and timing. There's no way that's completely true. The reason she's so successful is because she's so amazing. How can anyone ignore that fact? I don't think there's so much point in thinking about this though. Mana is someone who's out of reach for any of us, especially someone like me. The most interaction you can get from her is a verbal reading of her donation. That amount of attention is enough. It's selfish and delusional to think that you can get any more than that. I put down the magazine and flipped through some VTuber streams to occupy myself for the rest of the day. I stand up from my desk, content as I think about the productivity of my day so far. I've managed to make a sizable dent in my gaming backlog, while not missing a single second of VTuber streams I want to check out. Unfortunately, the limitations of the human body are preventing me from going further, as my body tells me that it's time to eat. I remember what Kagutazaka told me the day prior. It's almost time for her to be at the store. Well, I had to get food anyway. I might as well check if she's there. The sun once again batters my eyes with its rays of light as I step outside for the first time today. The storefront slowly comes into vision as I approach. I don't see Kagutazaka anywhere. Did I just miss her? No. I'm pretty sure I just deluded myself into thinking that she would want to meet with me again. I guess I'll just get my food and head back. Hey. I hear the familiar voice of someone who sounds like they've given up hope in the world. Oh, Kagutazaka.
Saw you looking disappointed. Did you think that I already left? Did you miss me that much?
The only disappointment I get from life is when VTubers cancel their streams.
Oh, sounds like a satisfying life if that's the only thing that disappoints you. What brings you back here?
Oh, you know, that thing your body does when you haven't eaten. I also want to check out the new Jump chapters.
You mean you want to get this?
Kagutazaka looks down at the stands, her eyes on the last edition of Jump available. Is she going to mess with me again and take it? Curses, Star Manager, why do you not restock your shelves? No, that's not the one I meant.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll take it then.
Oh, wait, no.
Sure, you can have it. Can't remember the last time I had the chance to catch up to manga.
Kagazaka gives a somber tone. Is it because she's too busy? If she has the time to talk to me like this, then I would imagine she has the time to catch up to manga. Which manga do you read?
I read a lot. Well, used to. But I would like to catch up with the Heroes of the Sky.
I have the volumes for those, if you'd like to borrow them sometime. Kagazaka looks at me weirdly, as if I'm misunderstanding something.
Sure, I'll take you up on that offer. Don't spoil anything before then, though. I'll murder you.
Well, you already act like you have nothing to lose. You might very well do it.
How rude. I haven't given up on everything yet. There are plenty of things still worth living for. Like cute anime girls, and that amazing parfait at the cafe down the street.
Right. Well, you know what they say. Suffering is how you know you're still alive, and you can appreciate the happy moments even more as a result.
Just because something's comparatively better doesn't actually make it better, does it?
I don't know. Isn't it all comparative? One person's level of suffering might be another person's regular level of living.
True. Maybe my suffering is just a state of being for me at this point.
That's how you're going to interpret it? Our conversation is interrupted by the sound of my stomach.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to keep you from getting food.
No, that's alright. We also probably shouldn't just stand around here. Do you want to, head to the park just up ahead after I get some food? A smile suddenly forms across Kagazaka's face.
Oh, oh.
Hey, stop making it weird.
I'm quite the busy person, but I guess I'll spare the time to stay with you so you aren't lonely.
Yeah, I'm sure you spend your time very wisely.
What was that?
Nothing. I grab some rice balls, tea, and the last copy of Jump magazine on the shelf, and take them to the counter to check out. When I come back out, Kagazaka is just staring out into the distance, lost in thought. What are you up to?
You know, existing.
Sounds rough. Got what I wanted to buy, so we can go now. We head down the street to the nature park ahead. Kagazaka stares straight ahead, but it doesn't seem like she's focusing on the scenery in front of her. I realize I know next to nothing about her, let alone what she could possibly be thinking about. We arrive at the walkway next to the park's lake and stare at the surface of the water. As I'm eating my rice balls, I think about how I can get to know Kagazaka better. Say, do you also go to Namazu University? Kagazaka breaks her focus and turns to me.
Oh, you too. I do. Can't say I'm particularly a fan of studying and attending classes, though.
There are people out there who are friends with that.
If you're passionate about what you study, then sure. I'm mainly just doing it because society is so adamant about sending everybody to get a higher education, and so that I can have some security in the future. Can't say I'm particularly passionate about what I read from those textbooks.
No, I get that. Can't say I'm particularly passionate about the topics in class either. Most of my passions lie outside of what I do in class.
And they are...
Anime, manga, video games, The types of inspirational and heartwarming stories and characters that are portrayed are ones I can't get from other mediums. VTubers as well, of course. Being able to share in those experiences is also nice. Consuming creative media lets me experience journeys, feelings, and thoughts from others that I normally wouldn't be able to experience on my own.
So you're what they call an otaku.
Very funny. I'm sure that concept is very foreign to you. And like that wasn't obvious enough already from the conversations we had.
Sorry, please don't talk to me anymore.
Her deadpan delivery of that line gets a laugh out of me.
No, that's something I completely understand. You're able to make a profound connection with something or someone, even if they might be fictional.
What about you? What are you passionate about?
Me? Of course, I like the same things you mentioned as well. But if I had to describe it, I like creating things as a way to share my own experiences and convey my feelings. There are just some things I can't convey through words alone, and being able to create things lets me share that with others. When I draw that piece of art of that one scene that resonated with me, or sing that song about an experience that I wish to convey, I'm able to express myself and hopefully make that connection with others. When I'm able to bring happiness to others by doing so, then that's fulfilling in ways that words can't do justice.
So it's a bit similar to what I said, but from the creator side. You draw and sing though.
Sing, draw, dance, voice act, make content. Can't say I'm particularly great at any of it though.
Wow, that's a lot. I'm curious now. Can I see what kind of stuff you make?
Yeah, not in a million years. Ouch.
I understand though.
It really is one of the best feelings though, when something that you create is able to touch the hearts of the people who experience it. It's like they were able to understand and form connection. It's like I made a difference in this world and that I matter.
This was a bit unexpected, but I feel like I'm getting a better glimpse into her. What she's saying only reminds me of my own feebleness. How do people have the courage to put themselves out there like that? What if everybody hates what you create? What the thing that you wish to convey is misconstrued and harms people? Recall what Kagurazaka said the day prior, about why she likes VTubers. That VTubers can be a way for people to express themselves in the ways that they normally couldn't. As a VTuber, it's like you're reborn as a new person, and have a fresh start. Nobody can know who you actually were unless you tell them. Maybe that anonymity can empower people to overcome that fear and put themselves out on the internet to share their own experiences. When I think about internet anonymity, I mostly think about how people use it as a weapon to hurt others without any consequences. But maybe it can be used to protect and empower people. Wait. All Kagurazaka's ways of expressing herself are typically those that VTubers also have. She also has the courage to put herself out there, and she herself mentioned that VTubers are a way for people to express themselves. Could she be? No. The chances are pretty small. Statistically speaking anyway. And I can't imagine someone who's as jaded as her would be one. And even if she was, it's not like she would say that she was.
You know, if you think about it, once we're gone from this world, we would only have those that remember us to have a lasting impact on the world. But once they're also gone, then you can no longer influence anything. But if you had created something and left behind, then you can continue to make a difference. Maybe that's my way of rebelling against our inevitable fate, that I refuse to be forgotten.
But even if you aren't remembered, you would have influenced people throughout your life. And in turn, those people would influence others. So your impact would continue to grow even after you're gone.
That's true, but I still wish to impact people more directly even after I'm gone. I'd feel more at ease if I knew the work greed was still out there, able to express who I was.
Now I'm really curious to see what kind of content she makes. But if it's a work personal to her, then I can understand not wanting to share with someone she just met. I guess this isn't something that's so easily pursued as a career, right? Most people who pursue careers in the arts have it pretty rough, with it being hyper-competitive and all.
Yeah, even if you do manage to miraculously make a living creating things you enjoy, then it's rare that you also have a job security with it. And there's a lot more to it. There's a big difference between doing things you like when you want to do them, and doing things you like when you have to do it to live. Your perspective on that completely changes.
I think I know what you mean. If you have to do it for a living, then you might have to take on projects that you might not necessarily like, even if you're doing what you enjoy. Like, an artist might go from drawing works that they are passionate about, to having to draw for works they might not care about.
Yeah, so not only that. Even if you're able to work on something that you're passionate about, doing the things that you enjoy, you might have to face certain deadlines or have to meet certain expectations. Suddenly you find yourself doing it because you have to, rather than doing it because you want to.
Wouldn't that still be better than having to work a job where you don't enjoy what you do?
If you find yourself starting to hate doing what you're passionate about because of all the negatives, maybe not. That's one of the worst things that can happen. The absolute worst. You might still love what you do and won't give it up for the world, but there is so many other negatives tied to it, and you find yourself miserable, you won't view it the same way.
You seem to feel pretty strongly about this. Do you know someone personally that had to go through with that?
You could say that.
Well, I hope they find their answer. Can't imagine feeling like that towards the things I'm passionate about.
I hope so too. If there even is an answer out there somewhere.
Well, if I ever find a way you could do things you like, the way you want to do it, while also having security, then I'll let you know. But I might want to take that opportunity for myself first. If I could get paid to watch VTubers all day, then that would be the dream. Speaking of VTubers, I'm sure many of them aim to make a living off of making content. But I imagine there are a lot of hardships associated with that.
Yeah, I'm sure there are. Say, don't you feel like that way that VTubers make money is simultaneously humanizing and dehumanizing?
In what ways?
In a way, VTubers sell their personality by streaming. It's like they are the product. Their income is determined by how much people like them, which depends on their personality. It's almost like they're being assigned a monetary value to who they are. Like people who make less money are worth less as people.
That's just not true at all. That's the dehumanizing part of it, right? What's the humanizing part?
VTubing allows you to express yourself and do the things you want to do, and make money by connecting with people. Alternatively, you could be pulling a lever as a job. Not that there is anything wrong with pulling a lever as a job. There might be a need for that, but it feels a lot more human to be able to express yourself as a job.
That's true. But the dehumanizing part is such a negative way to view things. People have different preferences and who they might want to support. Just because a VTuber doesn't appeal to a wide audience doesn't mean they're less valuable as a person.
No, I agree. I'm just pointing out that it can seem that way. I don't actually believe it myself. There are so many amazing VTubers out there that are struggling to get by. And there are others I know that have such an amazing community to support them, despite how broken the VTuber might be.
I'm curious to know who she's talking about, but it's probably better not to ask or know. Sometimes it feels like Kagetazaka has such a negative outlook on things, but then sometimes it feels like she has absolute trust in others. There's still too much I don't understand about her. But I guess that's to be expected. We've only just met each other. I can't be conceived to think I'll understand her right away.
Why are you staring at me?
Oh, I must have been staring at her while thinking to myself.
Have you been charmed by all my good points?
Oh yeah, of course. You have that, realistic view on life. And, very unique eyes.
Wow, you're too kind. I'm sure every girl you meet instantly falls for you once you know how good you are at complimenting. But I prefer to say that my eyes show how I've learned the cruelties of the world. See, would you rather be innocent and have never experienced the cruelties of the world? Or would you rather be someone who's lived through it and is wiser as a result?
I'd like to be the one who managed to learn about everything without having to go through the hardships.
Don't we all?
What do you even do all day to look so tired?
What I do? That's a secret. You haven't reached the high enough bond level with me yet to unlock that.
Okay, what level am I at right now then?
Bond level 8.
Wait, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Out of 100.
Okay, yeah, I figured.
Sorry, I missed a digit. Out of 1,000.
Hey, isn't that a bit harsh? Is this one of those pay-to-win systems where you can just pay to skip everything?
Sure, but it's a gotcha. Give me 10,000 yen for a 1% chance to skip to max bond level, 99% chance to drop down to level 0.
Wow, these rates seem familiar. I think I've seen them in the gacha games I played. Is there a pity system?
1 billion yen for guarantee.
Yeah, I think I'll stick to my usual gacha games. I think I prefer the 2D world.
You have a girl in front of you offering the secrets of her heart, and you turn her down for some 2D waifus?
The secrets of your heart involve me paying you money? And I thought we were just talking about what you spend your time on.
You don't understand the half for maiden, do you?
What kind of maiden tries to extort money from an innocent soul?
You're anything but innocent. You've already admitted to playing gacha games.
What's wrong with gacha games?
They lure you in with all these desirable characters that you expect to be able to collect. Then they hit you with predatory practices that to make you spend money because you can't get enough resources to get all the characters you want by being free to play.
Are you speaking from experience?
No, I knew right from the start that it would be a futile effort to be free to play. That's why I started spending money right away.
Right.
Yui-chan wasn't going to wait for me until the next banner.
And I'm guessing you also spent duplicates so you could max her out.
No, that can wait until our next banner. But I-chan, on the other hand.
Stop, my fragile college student finances are crying out in pain right now.
I barely have enough to support my favorite VTubers as it is. Hey, think about yourself first. You don't need to donate in every stream or buy every single piece of merchandise to show your support. Many of them would be happy just with you showing up and listening in.
Well, it's not like I'm missing out on meals because I'm spending money to support them. I just want to be able to support them whenever I can. Honestly, the support I give isn't nearly enough as what VTubers have given me. All the meaningful experiences I've had, as well as just having a place I can go to for comfort. That isn't something that I can just put a monetary value on to repay. Kagurazaga seems surprised. Did I make that too personal? I guess most people would be creeped out that I spend a lot of money on VTubers.
I'm sure those VTubers feel the same way.
What do you mean?
That you've also provided something for them that they feel is undeserved or that they won't ever be able to repay.
Really? But I mainly lurk. With the occasional chatting here and there, I figured I would just be another number to them.
That's not true at all.
I'm sorry about an abrupt shift in her tone.
Viewers aren't just a number to VTubers. They might not know every single name of their supporters, but the connection that VTubers form with their viewers is meaningful. I refuse to believe that the community they built together is something that can just be described as statistic or wait for the VTuber to collect a paycheck.
Thinking about it, it's not too uncommon to hear that content creation is just a job to VTubers and that you shouldn't get too attached to them. But Kagurazaga is right. There's no way that the relationship can be described like that. No, you're right. I don't believe that either. I can't fully describe the feelings I have about that connection, but I'm sure that isn't as shallow as being a statistic. Kagurazaga seems to have calmed down.
Sorry for getting angry.
It's alright. Honestly, I'd rather you have your own beliefs that you're passionate about than be passive and agree with everything I say. I've had interactions where it's obvious that the other person just goes with the flow of what I say and doesn't have all that many thoughts of their own. I get that sometimes they just want to come off as nice, but I don't feel like the conversation goes anywhere. That's why talking with Kagurazaga feels like a breath of fresh air.
Understood. I'll proceed to push all my beliefs onto you from now on.
Please don't. I still have some hope for the world, albeit only slightly. But I still don't want my outlook to become as bleak as yours.
Come on, I told you. I prefer to say that I have a more realistic view. And besides, look at me. I manage to smile through the pain every day.
Seeing as you're able to joke around, I can tell you're doing a great job. We both laugh after realizing how silly conversation has been. I did say before that I try to support VTubers when I'm financially stable. But there's one pain I'm mainly able to smile through, so that I missed out on Ma's half-year anniversary merchandise. That haunts me every day.
You mean the playmat, acrylic stand, keychain, and postcard?
Yeah. I was able to get everything laid from third-party sellers, except the limited hand-signed postcard. That doesn't exist for sale anywhere. Legitimate ones, at least.
I could give you one if you want.
Huh?
I have one I could give you.
One what?
You playing dumb or something?
The hand-signed postcard. I have an extra one laying around that— oops, that's my color, sorry.
The hand-signed postcard. I have an extra one laying around that I could give you. Who just has an extra limited time hand-signed postcard from one of the biggest VTubers just laying around? I guess you could call me big fan? Do you want it or not?
Well, of course I want it. I can't just take it for free.
That's okay, I don't need your money.
Are you low-key trying to flex on me?
Instead, you can get on your knees and beg for it.
Okay, that's totally worth it. I start to fold my knees and lower myself to the ground.
Wait, stop! Don't actually do it.
I react to laughter at her instant response. I think that's the first time I've seen you flustered.
Alright, maybe I should just throw the postcard in the trash.
Wait, please. I'm sorry.
I hope you are. Anyway, I actually have to get going soon. I know he has nothing else to do tomorrow, so let's meet up somewhere in the afternoon. That way I can get the postcard to you. And you also promised to let me borrow your manga volumes. That can be how you're paying me.
I pull out my phone and check the time. I actually have to get going soon as well. Can't miss Mana's stream tonight. But still, just letting you borrow manga for that postcard doesn't sound like a fair trade.
You're right. I'll throw in some money as well.
As much as I would like some extra money, I still want to repay you back somehow in the future.
Fine. It's just for the sake of making yourself feel better. Then sure. Anyway, give me your contact so I can tell you where to meet.
Oh, sure. We perform a quick exchange of contacts.
I'll message you tonight.
Alright, sounds good.
Will this be your first time messaging a girl?
I'll have you know that I have a loving older sister that takes every opportunity to check up on how I am.
I see, how sweet. I guess that answers my question. Okay, let's go.
Boy, don't just leave after making a jab like that. She's already walking away. I catch up to her and we make our way out of the park, back to the way we came. The light breeze and ample greenery make for a pleasant atmosphere as we walk through the trail. Maybe I should go outside more often. The faint bustle of the town and sounds of our footsteps are the only things we hear as we make our way down the street. This doesn't feel like one of those awkward silences where one of us feels like there has to be an ongoing conversation. This is a comfortable silence. Even though Kagazaki asks a lot of questions and can carry on the conversation, she doesn't particularly seem like an outgoing extroverted person. I can tell that she appreciates this type of silence as much as I do. She seems to be the type of person who spends a lot of her time thinking about stuff, so maybe times like this are nice for her to reflect. I glance over at her. Yep, seems like she's lost in thought. I still don't have the slightest idea what goes through her mind, even after talking with her more today. Honestly, that might be for the better, both in terms of the content of her thoughts and that she can keep me on my toes. I'm snapped out of my own thoughts when Kagazaki makes a sudden stop.
This is the direction I have to go.
She points to the branching path on the road. Oh, I go straight from here. Guess I'll see you tomorrow then?
Yeah, don't miss me too much and start messaging me like crazy. I have some stuff to do tonight.
How conceited of you to think that I would possibly want to text you if I were watching him on the stream.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't want you missing out on her stream.
She turns to leave and walks away quietly until she's out of sight. Did she look sad because of what I said? I thought she would bounce back those kinds of jabs without a problem. maybe I'm just an idiot who has no idea how to talk to people. Why do I do this? Now I want to apologize if I said anything out of line. But she told me that she'll be busy tonight. I don't want to seem like I'm being pushy. She did also tell me that she'll message me on where to meet tomorrow. I guess I'll wait until then. I take a deep breath and make my way home, with an all too familiar feeling in my mind. I really do hate myself.